Hey everybody, I'm working on the Gorkanaut here slowly, and so here's what I want to do. Here's the KFF for the Gorkanaut, and I want to do two things to this. I want to both magnetize it and light it, specifically this light right here, which links to the front. So the question is, you can't light it because it takes wires. So I'd either have to have some sort of connector on here. So I was thinking, why not just connect the wires straight to the magnets, specifically solder the wires to the magnets so it would stick down and automatically light up. Well, that was my idea, so I figured I'd experiment for a little bit. So what I did is took one of my 1/8 inch magnets and tried to solder to it, see if I could get the solder to stick. So basically when solder sticks, something we have to do is raise the temperature of the metal enough to get the solder to stick. Well, what happened was I was soldering on it just as the solder was about to stick. So see, this is a metal ruler. Just as I was getting the solder to stick, it lost almost all its magnetic properties. So you won't even stick to this. This will. So that idea kind of went out the door. So I figured we're just going to have to, still try the same thing, except we're not going to actually solder to the magnets themselves, which is only a problem in getting the wires on the back of the magnets. I guess what I could do is grab some other pieces of metal, solder to that, and then just stick those on the back of the magnets. I think that'll work. So what we got to do here is first we've got to put all the holes and everything for the magnets themselves. So we're going to put two, one on each side here, one for each polarity. If I was just magnetizing it, I wouldn't need two of them. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here and drill some holes for magnets, 1/8 inch or 3mm, and we'll be back. Okay, so a little change here because I had to need some workspace. So all I've done so far, I said I'm just going to put the holes in everything. So I have drilled this one out for the LED. It's probably sticking a little farther than I want. I didn't send me the drilled. The LEDs have this little lip on the back, so I had to drill out a second, drill out slightly bigger to get the LED to seat. So it's a little farther forward than I want, but it doesn't fall all the way through. So what we're planning on doing here is I'm going to put the magnets in here and then maybe drill some small holes on either on the back side of the magnets or the front side. I haven't quite decided yet, to stick these metal wires here off the LED, just straight in there, so they're basically touching the magnet as best as I can. And then it'll be held down by super glue and the magnetic force, of course. And hopefully that will be enough to make contact with the magnets. So yeah, that's the plan right now. First we're going to need some magnets. Let's see, so we got my polarity thing. What size are we going to put in here? Let's put in the 30-seconds in here, and then we'll save the, yeah, these are 1/8 by 30-seconds. So I'm actually going to reverse the polarity on them so they're not the same direction, so that it can only go on one way, so as not to confuse the polarity, because if you do confuse the polarity, you'll burn out the LED. And after it's assembled and painted, that's definitely not something you want. Okay, so yeah, we're going to glue these in here. I don't know if I can get a decent, well, I guess it doesn't matter how far down I seat them. That's a very good point. It doesn't really matter if they are seated down a little bit. There'll be more than enough magnetic force to hold it on. So I get the holes too deep, that will be fine. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drill some holes this way to hold the wires for the magnets. Hold the wires for the LED to the magnets. Okay. Yeah, that should be plenty, right? Oh yeah. That will work fine. Might need to extend this length of these a little bit here. I definitely got to clean the hole out a little bit. Yeah, we'll give this a try here. So far, so good. And when you're putting LEDs in things, this is the kind of stuff you have to deal with a little bit. So I've got my super glue here. Actually, I'm going to try see what happens when we bend these things down. Which way do we want? So let's go positive this direction. There, yeah. Something just like that. See the wire sticking in there? The idea will be between the magnet and the super glue. That should be enough to get the contact between the... I'm going to make a little bit of space so this other wire will reach. A little better. Go. So we just need the end of that bent over. Should have gone the other way. Put the longer wire in the hole further away. Well, we can fix that. We can fix that, no problem. Negative side. Okay, there we go. Positives. Oh yeah, that's much better. I should have done that in the first place. Oh well. Okay. Trying to keep this in frame as I work on it here, sorry. Okay. There we go. And it's not quite as far forward as I would like. You just see that it does in fact work here. For line. Okay. Good. Okay. Now it's time to apply the magnets. So we have the super glue. I'm going to put one polarity magnet in on each side, hoping that the magnetic force will be enough keep the wire on the magnet. Okay. So let's see here. Now this is ground here. So, it doesn't seem to work through the magnets here. Looks like it's just the negative side that isn't working. So maybe we can squeeze that down a little bit farther here. Get that to contact better. There we go. Still nothing. So, some technical difficulties here. I'll be right back. Oh, it didn't take long. So I just actually had to push the magnet in on the positive side too. So now we can conduct electricity to the LED. Through the magnets. I just did a second ago. Got an idea. I have an idea. Make it easier on me. Do this, we'll just capture the wire here in the magnet. See if that will work. There we go. Now it's lit up through the magnet. So now all I have to do is work on the other side and we'll see where it goes. So I'm going to glue some magnets in here. Then I have to find some pieces of metal to get stuck to the bottom of them to solder the wires to. So I will be back again. Okay, so here's where we're at. I did find some metal. It turned out to be the old galvanized sheets from when I was doing my Fantasy Army movement trays. That's how long they've been there. So I just soldered the battery box onto here for now. I did have to do some adjustments to make sure the magnets actually contact each other, but I just got these things just stuck to the magnets on the bottom here. So here's the top, and we just stick this on in. Bam! Lights up as soon as it touches. I could not be happier. Looks frickin' awesome. Works frickin' awesome. So I'm going to go on and continue wiring up the Gorkanaut before assembly. And thanks for watching.